shows hate me. In Endgame, a media property involved with all of this. They explained how this form of time travel doesn't work.
And yet,
they use it all the time. We sat this entire time going, we don't trust Norman because he's gonna steal Peter's blood to make more Spider-Man. No, he's gonna steal Spider-Man's blood to make the original Spider-Man.
I almost want to apologize for doubting Norman, but then, after the whole fight with Peter Strange and the Venom monster, well, we'll just call him the symbiote monster. They get some goo left over.
We're not even remotely close to any of that right now, good sir. We're not even in the same area code as that subject currently. Okay, so we also forgot to mention that in the last episode, he has his new suit, and it looks awesome. We also forgot to mention that Norman has legally obtained all of Osborn's. Norman has obtained all of Otto's designs legally.
Sure.
Giant air quotes on legally. I didn't notice this in the original episode. Oh boy, are they trying to make every character that shows up in this, other than Scorpion at this point, sound just like their MCU counterpart? Because that guy was doing a Benedict Cumberbatch impersonation.
I mean, it's not quite as uncanny as Mick Wingert's Tony Stark, but I do kind of hear it a little bit.
He was having the mannerisms. That's what I could tell. He also calls him Kid repeatedly, which the only person in the MCU that did that was Strange. And as a regular name, other than like identifying him as Kid because they didn't know what else to call him, like sometimes Cap or Iron Man did. But at first, before the show pissed me off, I thought they were going to have the multiverse happening here and say that was a different Strange that went into New York.
Oh, like a Strange from just like another universe?
Yeah, because we've shown in Multiverse of Madness that you can just have any of them showing around and just have it be there. So I thought, oh, that's how they get... Okay, and then they... Anyway, I
actually do kind of appreciate the fact that the spider is not from another universe, just because that would be kind of aping off the Spider-Verse movies a little bit too close.
It would be too close, but when I tell you the spider that bit Peter Parker was made from the DNA from the spider that bit Peter Parker in an infinite loop, I want to go scream.
No, trust me, I get how stupid that is.
God, this is the worst one they've ever done. I was made by me. Ah! Anyway, so they show that the Stark internship was not just made to find Spider-Man. It was made to induce space travel, which we talked about. Hey, Venom, space travel. We got the gooey substance chunk off of the thing, which I thought, until later, that thing was going to attach to Peter and him not know.
I was kind of worried that was going to happen too.
Because, again, other than I was bit by the me that created by the me, the writing in this show has been fantastic. Never do that shit again! You and all writers in the future, it's fucking stupid! Ugh! Anyway, we're moving on. I'm done being mad. I'm not, but I'm just gonna keep it in. Anyway, okay, so the Watcher was in this episode.
Yep. Just like he was in X-Men 97, he's just there.
I completely forgot about him being in 97. Where was he in 97?
It was the new the Genosha episode.
Okay, got it. Oh yeah, he was.
Yeah, he was there right before everything went to shit.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. Oh yeah, that's right. All right, so the Worldwide Engineering Brigade web. I have to ask you, how many people and how many ideas do you think they went through where they were in a room and they went, we need to come up with an acronym that involves the word web?
I bet they toiled for a while with getting that right.
Brigade, come on! They're like, we cannot make the word web. We need a word for a group of people. And they're like, Brigade, good sir! That sounds dumb. Come up with a better one, Tim. I can't. We're using Brigade. But the weird part is, it sounds dumb enough to where this version of Harry trying to act like a cool kid to make friends in his own company would say Brigade thinking it sounds cool.
Yeah. Like, Harry is just out of touch enough that, like, that name just sounds normal to him.
Yes, it does. I love him. He's such a loser. I love him. He's somehow super cool and an absolute dork. I'm not saying they kind of aped what the classic personality of Peter Parker is and kind of gave it to Harry also. But he's got them both at the same time. Like, Peter Parker becomes a different person when he's Spider-Man. Like, he doesn't but like, he's cocky, he's confident. The suit makes him act in different ways because A, he's trying to not act like himself, but B, he can be this other dude and not have people be suspicious when he has a suit on. That's why he's cracking jokes, being cocky, whatever. That's why Black Cat falls in love with Spider-Man. And then when she finds out it's a dorky 17-year-old, she's like, ugh! But, yeah, so we have that. Remember when you and me both had no fucking idea who Jean was?
Yep.
And you had to look up that she was called Finesse?
Yep. And that she's affiliated with Daredevil.
Daredevil. She just was. She was just there, and now it makes a shitload more sense. Why all of a sudden he's like, hey, come in, he's gone now. I don't know how old the character of Finesse is, but like, is that Daredevil's only ever sidekick character?
Good question.
Because before the show, I've legit never heard of her. And does she have superpowers?
So, she's the daughter of Taskmaster.
Wow, okay.
So at the very least, she's like, okay, so she's a polymath with photographic reflexes, allowing her to comprehend complex systems and effortlessly replicate any physical. Okay, she's basically the apple does not fall far from the tree.
So is she Taskmaster but building stuff?
Kind of.
Or like, the taskmaster of everything but fighting.
No, she can replicate any fighting style. So she basically is.
She's taskmaster, but she uses it for different ways.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's kind of cool. All right. I can dig that. That'd be kind of awesome if they... Does it say how old she normally is? Is she normally a teenager?
Now that is a great question.
Because I'm thinking in my brain if somehow they would ever bring her into the MCU, because that would be a very different hero. Well, no, they can't... Because that version of Taskmaster doesn't exist. Unless this... No! They can't do that because the Red Room women are barren! And our version of Taskmaster is a Red Room person.
Something tells me that in the MCU, they kind of combined Taskmaster with Finesse to create the version that's in Black Widow.
It could be. But, all right. But anyway, so yeah, that's cool. If they're going to have her be around for that, I hope that she's just not gone from the show. I'm very happy of them having like a wide net of characters and still being able to give Peter a good amount of time.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Also something I noticed, we haven't seen Fisk yet in
No.
this season, so I'm assuming he doesn't show up till like season 2.
Probably not. But I like how they're slowly having Tombstone's skin showing.
Yeah, that was a nice detail I appreciated.
It'd be interesting to see what colors or if he changes, because they've never had Tombstone have dreads before. Or not dreads, cornrows. So that'll be something. So no more secrets. You said her powers are based on the moon, Nico's. She also has her dead mother in a necklace? Which explains now why she was talking to it earlier?
Yeah. Everything that's been explained only raises further questions.
So again, this is we've got a bunch of people in here, we don't know if they have powers, we're not going to tell you until we want to. But
everything is on a need to know basis.
yeah, speaking of a need to know basis, we have a couple of different versions of what we need to figure out what's going on with Peter's dad, because he's alive and he's in jail. So either either May knew he was locked up and he just transferred to this prison, because May's going to this thing, and then his first question is, let's get down to brass tacks. How is my son doing? So this is so either way, this is the first conversation they are having about Peter.
Yep.
That, or May thought Ben was dead, and now he's been arrested. I don't know how that works, because I don't know how, if she thought he was dead and then somehow found out he was arrested and he's in jail. Or he changed his identity and then got arrested. I don't know.
And you know what the best part is? That's Josh Keaton as...
I know. I heard that right away. I'm like, you sons of bitches got the guy to be Peter Parker's dad. Either that or they've talked about him before. He's acting like this is the first thing. That could have been we're just going to skip right to it. How's my son doing? This feels like their first time talking, though, weirdly.
It does, but it could also just be, you know, kind of like how when you're writing a conversation for the audience, it sounds like it sounds like they're talking for the first time, but they may like already know each other or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Do you know what someone I saw on Twitter comment underneath this? Am I watching the first season of Flash? I feel like I'm watching the first season of Flash.
I saw that too.
I'm like, what? What are we talking? Oh. That must be Peter's dad, because that just could have been a picture of a guy who's got brown hair. I was not going to know immediately that was Peter's dad. But, yeah, okay, so either the mom is officially, which raises the question, where's mom? Why is mom not around? Am I watching season 1 of The Flash? Why am I watching season 1 of The Flash?
I already started making that comparison when Norman was doing the whole guy in the chair thing.
Again, last time I mentioned it, for this season, I was bit by the spider that was made of the DNA for me that bit the spider that... Other than that, the show's writing has been fantastic, and I don't know ever what they're doing, which is great. Sometimes it's very much not. When you pull that shit. But other than that, it's awesome not knowing what they're doing.
Yeah.
Keep everyone else. Fire the guy that came up with that idea. Which I saw no one mention that on Twitter today. How? I saw y'all complain about Nico, but not that? The actual thing worth complaining about? Ugh.
Yeah, other than that one blemish, this was a great first season.
Oh, it was a fantastic first season. Unbelievably good first season. For a show that I didn't know if I was really going to care about it because I kind of didn't know what they're like. Ever since I saw the animation style, some other things I'm like, I don't know what the fuck they're doing with this show, but no, yeah, I really like it. I dig that it's, again, different. It feels different. I feel like I don't know what they're going to do. Spectacular Spider-Man had a shitload of twists in it, but I still could kind of follow the punches every time they went. It might have changed from a haymaker to a hook every now and then, but I still knew my way around a boxing ring.
This is a completely different sport.
Yeah, which I'm, again, very appreciative of. People, when you do superhero cartoons, don't be afraid to do something different. Because of the thing I've said a billion times, when people bitch that the MCU does something different from the comics, do you know what every single animated movie, animated cartoon, live action TV show, or live action movie is? A new run of a comic book character.
Exactly.
It's the same fucking thing as writing a comic book, except they're acting it. It's the same thing. It's a new version of the character. But yeah, it's not my favorite blah blah blah. Do we want to have? Do we need? Okay, we're gonna do that. We're gonna go over it again. Random spider goddess mouth rapes Peter Parker to make it so he can give birth to himself so he can have organic spider shooters. Peter Parker kills Mary Jane through his radioactive semen, and she's still dead, but yet her flowing red hair is attached to her skeleton 8 years later. Do we need to have Superman pinned down by Lex Luthor, holding pink kryptonite over him, watching him get an erection?
What?
Do we need to have a guy named Skis brainwash Superman and Big Barda to make them shoot a porno so that he can make money off of it, not even to be evil, just to make money? All four of those storylines I did not make up! And that's not even cracking the surface of the stupid shit the comics have done. But yet, oh, it's a comic. Those count. Because it was drawn on a paper? I'd hate to break it to you every now and then. That's how they animate stuff sometimes.
Yep.
This logical, just impassable hurdle people have. I just can't get it, fathom it at all. They'll only be okay as it being a new version if they like it.
That's really what it comes down to.
There's bad versions of the written stuff too, guys. Again, I just mentioned 4 of them. Mm-hmm. I'm willing to have us do an entire podcast one time of zeroing out where we just go and search to try and find the dumbest comic book stories we can and then bring them up without telling each other. And we just have a fucking ball just bringing up stupid shit. Trust me, I've had some ideas and we're gonna go into some shit one of these days. When? I don't know, but we're gonna. But, yeah. This show has been really good.
Yeah, I'm excited for what comes next. The best part about this is this could go on for like 5+ seasons if they wanted to.
Yeah.
I know they're at least renewed up to 3. I just need to see more.
I need to see more, too. The only thing that I don't like about this show happening, legit only one, is this almost guarantees I'm not getting a Spider-Man TAS 97. That's the only thing. I need to know if that was Hydro Man in X-Men 97 with Peter. Is that still Hydro Man, or did they get Mary Jane back? I need to know. All right. You got anything else you want to talk about?
No, I think we covered everything.
All right. Where can everybody find you?
You guys can find me on various social media sites at Captain K42. You can check out my quick thoughts on letterboxd.com/CoachK42. And you can follow Renegade Pop Culture on Facebook and Blue Sky at Renegade Pop Culture. You can also find us here on YouTube, on Podchaser. Consider supporting our Patreon at patreon.com/Renegade Pop Culture. Listen to all of our podcasts on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen. And last but not least, everything can be found at renegadepopculture.com. Need an escape? So do we.
Absolutely. You can find me everywhere at Organoid Zero, mainly on Twitch and YouTube. If you're into conventions and cosplaying and such, you can find me on my Instagram, also at Organoid Zero. If any of you are somehow going to Anime Milwaukee, March 7th through the 9th, if I've got those dates correct, that'll be the next convention that I'm at, or I'll be posting pictures from it. If you are interested in those, it's a pretty freaking huge convention. They have executives from Studio Orange there.
Whoa.
And, like, actual sub voice actors. Yeah. Blew my mind when I saw that announcement. Anyway, and the other podcast that I'm a part of, other than the Zero and Out podcast, obviously, is over at my buddy Eli, Athletic Geek 89's channel. We, the Geeking Out podcast, we bring up just one subject and just go on about it for a while. The last one that came out, I believe, was cosplaying and our experiences throughout that. So, yeah. Alrighty. Until next time, we'll see you all later. Bye!